When it comes to creating a vision, it serves purpose. And one thing about purpose, your purpose has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with everybody else.
Yup.
Welcome, everybody, to the Dream Lifestyle Podcast. This is your place for motivational learning for ambitious people. Listen, in today's conversation, we're talking about creating a vision that you can believe in. And this is important because before you get anything done, before you accomplish anything significant, it starts with a vision. And in today's conversation, I got my brother, Michael Kirtz, owner of the Kirtz Collection. He is here joining me on the podcast, and we got a little bit of a different type of show, but I'm really excited about it. I've been helping Mike out with his business, the Kirtz Collection, and I want him to explain really all that it is, but we're talking today about the vision of the Kirtz Collection. So you guys are going to hear in real time just what a conversation sounds like when it comes to creating a vision, and not just creating a vision of something that sounds nice, but really creating a vision that you really want to get behind, creating a vision that others can follow and everything like that. So with that being said, Mike, what is the Kirtz Collection? Where did it come from? Why did you create it?
Okay.
And then we're going to get into our conversation.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your podcast. It's very highly anticipated, Well, so let's start. So the Kirtz Collection is pretty much a natural organic skincare line for men, especially men in corporate level, high corporate level, whatever the case may be. Start from the beginning. So in the beginning, it was back in college. Speaking with a fraternity brother about the skincare in general, and this is a time when I was using just lotion, so like Jergen or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And like he put me on using this coconut oil. And I thought, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm like, coconut oil? Like, who uses coconut oil?
Yeah.
But, you realize, like, oh, okay, this is something different. So I started using coconut oil. And using coconut oil kind of plunged me into, like, more alternatives of, like, skincare.
Okay.
So, like, shea butter, like actual raw coconut butter, and just, different things like that. So eventually, I started experimenting, started making my own, like, pretty much body butter, in a sense.
And it's very good.
I try my best. For those who don't know, body butter is pretty much an alternative to lotion, except it doesn't contain water. It's more so just natural, actual body butter, like shea butter, and also contains oils. Compared to like lotion, when lotion is usually 60 to 85% water, which I get it, but eventually half through the day you become ashy.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I started making my own body butters. I started having people try it out, in college, like different sorority bros, sorority girls, and just people around me, all my friends and stuff. They started using it. They actually loved it. And the funny thing is, I fell off from it. I think I still make it here and there, but I fell off from it, especially when I graduated, got into adult life. I started adulting, so I kind of fell off.
Listen, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, I started, stuff like that. And then, I met my wife, and started talking and things like that. And, during the time, she had already her own skincare collection. Shout out to the Genesis collection. So she had her own skincare collection, and I realized she had her own body butter line. But I was looking, I was like, maybe I could take over.
Right. See,
I could maybe improve it or do something different with it. So I took over. I decided to put my twist to it, and once I did that, I felt like she loved it. That was the main thing. Make sure she loves it, loves the product.
Right.
And then eventually, she started sharing it with her friends and her family, and people started
really
loving it
responded
more.
to it.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
yeah, now it's up to a point where I remember the day she asked me, she was like, "Why don't you start a men collection?" And I first, I'm like, I don't know. No, it's gonna be a lot of work. I'm trying.
But you were already doing it though.
Yeah, true. But I know how I go behind the scene. I talk to people.
I would say one thing about Mike. This is, y'all gotta understand, him being on this podcast with me is major, because Mike is the dude that's quiet in the back. what needs to get done. I'll help in the background and everything. So having him on the pod is dope. And I'm glad that you're sharing that because so how long was that process between when you had kind of dabbled into the body butters and stuff like that to the point where you had the moment of like, all right, maybe I could take this, like really do something with this?
Man, it was since 2018.
2018? So like
2018 was when I started actually experimenting and making my own body butters.
Okay. So about 5. So this idea of, you know, the Kirtz collection, at least now that's the Kirtz collection, but in terms of creating body butters and helping men with their skincare, this has kind of been on your heart for about 6 years.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
5-6 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Especially because the main purpose was definitely just, overall better skin health, in that sense. But then, like, it's kind of funny, like, as years went by, and this is fine. Like, I saw a lot of natural skincare lines, for just body butters. But I saw that it was kind of targeted for women, which is, again, it's cool. But, like, I didn't see a lot of it for men. And I didn't want to, I guess I didn't want to make it seem like body butters or like stuff like that is like is a woman thing.
Yeah,
like men, men definitely care about their skin.
Men should be taking care of their skin.
Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, I was like, you know what? Once my wife, once Jaya gave me that idea, like, why don't you just start the men collection? I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
So you basically found a problem. So you found something that you kind of enjoyed in the sense of actually making the body butters. But then you identified a problem that you were like, you know what, like this could be solved. It doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah, and
what you were saying.
Yeah, and the problem didn't come until years later. That's something that I realized. Like,
so recently. how did that help you when it came to that decision of actually going like doing your own thing with it? Like, because you said originally it was, well, I know how to make body butters. I'm good at it. And then when your wife said, okay, maybe you should do your own thing, you're kind of like, that's a lot of work. But then you recognized this lane is really only women. Like, there's only women in this lane. How did that help you when it came to taking the leap to really say, okay, I'm gonna start my own thing with this? How did that play a role for you?
I think it was more so just taking baby steps in a sense. I had to do more research on not only body butters but also like skin health in general, like different alternatives too. Like moisturizers and even lotions and stuff like that. So I had to take baby steps and really do my research on like what do people like and especially what do men like.
Yeah.
I have to see what do they prefer. 'Cause I don't want to be in a situation where, okay, me push this product, but turns out they didn't like it.
That's good.
So like stuff like that, like I had to really pay attention to. So to be honest, men, we're kind of simple in a sense. Like we want something that, honestly, we do want stuff that makes our skin feels good, especially health wise. But also we just want something to smell good,
right?
And we don't want something that's like too much in the sense, like,
yeah, we're not looking for 20 steps at the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like, look, what am I going to use that's going to allow me to smell good and look good as I go out into the world?
Exactly. And I had to take a step back and I had to realize, like, even though I know stuff within this realm, I'm not an expert. So, like, I had to take a step back and really humble myself and just learn and, just learn different things from people I know and just do my research. And that pretty much allowed me to take those certain steps to better the product, but also get opportunity to know what I'm trying to do.
So talk with me, just what is the vision in your mind? Someone asked you, Mike, what's the vision for the Kirtz collection? Like, based on, that there's a need in the sense of, well, men don't really have like as much attention in the skincare lane of things. You know that you have a great talent and an ability to create very good body butters. In your mind, with all of these things put together, with doing the research, humbling yourself and everything, what's the full vision?
I think I believe the full vision is to give at least the men the option. They have that option. It's like, you know what? I don't have to go to the store pick out any lotion. Cause it feel like, and I could be wrong, but it do feel like men don't have an option or they're searching for whatever skincare ointment to place on their skin.
Mhm.
You know, like, oh, maybe I could try this lotion, it might work. Or to be honest, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I do see men around me. They either like they just choose lotion that their wives have, or like the women in their lives have. Like, oh, my mother used Jergen, I'm gonna
use that. Yeah.
like things like that.
Right.
But I would like, the vision is for men to have that option, but also choose it because they want to choose it
That's
instead
good.
of following like people like, oh, my family used this type of brand, so I guess I'm gonna use this type of brand. But they don't know if they might get a reaction to it, or like they don't know if it's not doing them service.
Right.
But they only know because they were raised on it.
So I think based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like it's not even so much about the body butters. It sounds like the vision of the Kirtz collection is to give men control over their skincare.
Yes.
Because you're right. Like most of the time, I'm gonna just go with whatever lotion I've grew up on. I'm gonna go with whatever lotion my lady using.
I told you, my mom, she had that Jergen bottle, big bottles too.
Yeah, and that's just what it's gonna be. Like that's just all I know.
Well, let me slap this on you, bro.
Right. I'm out the door because again, we're simple. Like we don't need too much. But I think even in what you're saying, your vision has way more to do than just the body butters itself. It's basically saying, no, I want to give men an option. I want to give men freedom to take care of themselves the way that they need to be taken care of, not just, doing something because that's what mama did, that's what my girl did, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
So with that, with when you hear me say that, is that scary to you? Is that a scary thought that that's what you're trying to create?
As in what? What you mean?
So here's why I'm asking that. Because I believe your vision should be so big that it scares you, but it shouldn't be so big that it's impossible. Meaning, your vision should absolutely be like top of the top, big vision, right? Because it's super possible. But also, this is the faith component of basically, okay, there are structures, there are systems, there are already products, there are already companies that do this type of thing where that need is being met. And so when you think about the vision that you want to have for the Kirtz collection, and for anybody listening, when you think about the vision for whatever it is that you're trying to do, you want it to be big because ultimately vision is connected to purpose.
Yes.
And right. And you mentioned earlier about how the purpose behind the Kirtz collection is that you're solving a problem.
Yes.
In your case, you're solving the problem of, okay, there are a lot of women that they have all the skincare resources in the world, but the men are being underserved right now. So when you think about just the Kirtz collection and the purpose that it serves, do you know what you want to accomplish in the new year, whether it be personally or professionally? If you're trying to figure it out, I'm encouraging you to get your ticket to the Dreamer Symposium. This is going to be your space to get really clear on what you want to do, where you are, and you're going to leave with a practical success strategy. And there's going to be an accountability system for the entire year to make sure that you complete it so that way you elevate your life. All you have to do to get your ticket is go to dreamersymposium.com right now so you can register. I want you to be there because I want you to level up. I want you to go to the next level in your life. I want you to level up in your finances, level up in your personal life, level up in your professional life, level up your overall level of being. And you have to go to the Dreamer Symposium to do that. So go to dreamersymposium.com, get your ticket. Now let's get back to the episode. It's not just saying, just to give men another option, because that honestly dumbs down what the vision is, right? If it was the Kirtz collection vision is to give men skincare options, period. Sure. That's cool. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
But when you say the Kirtz collection gives men the option to take control over their skincare, period, you put a period there, that changes the entire feel of that sentence where you're saying, no, I want men. You can even say, I want men all over the world to take control over their skincare. Like that's a big vision. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is definitely a big vision. And I will even say this too. Like, I mean, even recently, it felt like, as years went by, it felt like companies have been paying attention more to men and they've been trying to push certain products to men. But I think it goes back to why I'm trying to do it like from a natural, organic route in a sense, because it still feel like it goes back to like how does your body react to the product, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like, oh, let me try this Men Dove or whatever the case may be, Old Spice, whatever the case may be. You try their product and then like, oh, you got a reaction. You don't know why, and then you look behind the bottle. There's like certain like chemicals or elements within the product that you don't even know about.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, I think I try to find a lane where it's definitely an option and it's definitely allow men to take control of what they want to do with the skin health. But I think they'll understand on a basic foundation level of, okay, which actual element or which actual ingredient works for my skin.
That makes sense. I like that. So what's your why? Like, what's keeping you going now? Because I agree with you. Like, there definitely has been, in terms of bigger companies, there's been more of a focus and an emphasis on, I guess, catering and advertising to the men. What is your reason for why you believe in what you're doing?
My why is because I'm tired of seeing men being ashy. Nah. Well, my why is just I think it's just more so like, I think I'm really just strong with it has to be more to what we think that we need to place on our body, like whatever product, and I think men are realizing more what pretty much is like, you know what, let me take better care of myself, especially nowadays where men are having their own skincare routines,
Right.
facial routines, getting their, feet, hands done, massages, stuff like that. So the why would be, you know what, let's add more to that, let's add another option, but let's also add a bigger purpose to why you're choosing this product to take care of your skin. That would be the why.
So what do you hope that the success of the Kirtz collection does for you and your family?
Well, the hope I have is that I think it's more towards just the men in general. The hope I have is that the product, obviously the product works, but like I want to have men feel like, you know what, not only did it make my skin feel good, but I used to have certain like scars or certain issues like severe dryness to my skin. Like I want to hear pretty much like, I guess close to miracles in a sense. Like, you know what? I used to have real dry skin and nothing used to work, but like now I use this product, the Kirsch Collection body butter, and like my skin is, it feels better.
I love
feels
that.
good like I used to.
I like
so like it's weird because like I don't even look at it as like what can it do with me and my family? It's just more so like what can it do for people?
Oh, man, you hit on such a good point. I don't think you understand how good of a point you just hit because, and I'll flesh out why. When it comes to creating a vision, it serves purpose. And one thing about purpose is that your purpose has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with everybody else.
Yep.
And I love that you said that the vision and the purpose behind the Kirtz collection is for other men to experience miracles, in this case, in your situation, when it comes to their skincare. Yep. That you're really able to impact people's lives with what you're doing. And I think for anyone that has a vision or a goal for something, that you want to not only pay attention to, the work that's required to make it happen, but you do also want to look at, well, what does this do for other people? Right? What does the completion, the success of that thing, whatever that goal is, but you have a vision for, okay, when this works, this is how it's going to positively impact other people's lives. Yeah. And I think that's really, really cool that you have that. And I've been working with you now with your business now for a while. And so it's going great. But, I think a lot of people miss that step when it comes to just their goals and things like that, just because they, lack of a better term, they're almost like a little too selfish about it. Like I don't even want to say selfish because sometimes it's unintentional. Yeah. Where you want to think about that. Think about, okay, whose life improves by me being successful? Right? Who is able to breathe a little bit easier because I am doing what I'm called to do.
Yeah.
That, like, if I were to take it spiritually, whose life is better because I am obeying God? Who is being impacted because I am choosing to do what God told me to do?
Yeah.
And in your case, that's working the Kirtz collection. And what's great, even going back to what you said in the beginning, how you already made the decision to humble yourself so you can learn. So you can learn what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's what allows me and you to work well together, because God knows you know all of that 96% water and all of that type of stuff with the lotion and the body butters. But I know systems.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly, yep.
all right, this is what you need to do. These are the touch points. And so it's really helped us work well together, because, I mean, you taught me a bunch, and Lord knows I buy from you. So, you know, it helps, because I think that helps you in creating the vision, but also in creating the vision, especially when you build it that right way, you also really believe in it.
And I would say this, like, going back to just like picking brains and like knowing what you have and what to learn. I had a bunch of ideas I wanted to do, and I'm like, I just didn't know how to put it together. And then you came along, he's like, I'll help you with that. And I feel like you put everything in a structured, step-by-step process for me to not only learn, but like to get an idea of how like to actually build a business. Because if it was for me, I think I would have been doing one thing over here, but like I feel like nothing was getting done. And then like I'll fall, it'll collapse. I'll go back to just being whatever case may be, and then try to do it again. Yeah. But like, it felt like by you coming into my life and blessing me with your, your ideas and your experience, and just putting everything together and just making it easy, making it narrow, making it easy. It definitely worked out.
And I mean, one, thank you for that, really, because I know that for me, my vision is to help entrepreneurs like you. And I know that if I'm not obedient to God, that individuals like you fall through the cracks. They don't get the help that I know that I can provide, things that I know I've learned. Because the truth is, in all of my business coaching, whatever you want to call it, I basically am telling people, don't make the mistakes that I made. Because I did that, where with my businesses, I was doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there, a little bit over there, a little bit over there. And then it's like, oh my God, I go to a bunch of stuff. And then it crumbles and like nothing works. But it's like, now that I'm about maybe 4 or 5 years in, and, I'm doing fairly well. It's like, no, I want to help others, because me, like, great, but ultimately it all boils down to systems. And I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but in terms of vision, I know that one of the purposes for my life is to lead people to Christ and help them achieve their goals. And within that, I really have a passion for entrepreneurship. Like, I really have a heart for entrepreneurs. And so by me being obedient, it's helping empower you to be obedient, which is, in your case, allowing you to create a vision of helping men all over the world choose and take control over their skincare. And really, with any entrepreneur that I work with, right, whatever their business vision is, like, they're able to do it. But it's because of what you said. I'm going to humble myself. I'm going to learn. I'm going to take my strengths and know what those are, but I'm also going to humble myself to learn from anybody else that I can learn from that will help me create this vision. And because you're very clear on what the vision is, you know what? The Kirtz collection is solving a real problem, and it's doing it the right way. And it's really helping men choose themselves. It's helping them choose their skin. It's helping them choose their health. And because of that, you're going to believe in it. And if you believe in it, you're going to be willing to work on it. That's good. As you're working on it, right, even if things go left, even if things don't go exactly how you want it to, that vision. If you're looking for accountability, you need to check out the Dream Society. For $20 a month, you can join a community that will give you the support that you need and the accountability that you need to hit your goals every single week. And for $20 a month, it is the best investment that you will ever make in yourself. So I want you to go to dreamsociety.info right now to join, and let's get back to the episode. Is still there. Because ultimately, success is not linear. It's not a straight line to success. So you already have an understanding. All right, everything ain't going to go perfect. But I do know, because I have that vision of what I'm building and the purpose behind it and who it helps and who it serves, it's going to allow for me to, even in the midst of, despite of obstacles I may encounter in the process, it's like, you know what, I'm going to keep going because that's the vision.
Yep.
And so I think to add on, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah.
What's at stake if you don't do what you're doing with the Kirtz collection? So, and here's why I'm asking. A lot of times people, they will think about only that one part of, oh, well, who's being impacted? Who are you helping if you do it?
Yeah.
But so often they miss, well, what happens if you don't? So for you, when you think about just your vision for the Kirtz collection, what you're doing with it, what you hope to accomplish, what you are going to accomplish, what's at stake if you don't do that?
That's a good question. I would say what's at stake is those men who are not really exposed to the skincare in general. Because, I mean, we do run into, like, especially within our circle, we do run into men that, you know, they have a whole skincare routine. And, you know, I do this. I scrub my face. I put this body ointment on my skin, this, that, and the third. But then you do run into men that don't do it as much. And, you know, it's okay.
Right.
But, like, if it's to a point where, like,
it's not even effective.
It's not even effective. And, like, they're not really exposed to it. And then, like, God forbid, years down the road, and you see how, you know, the skin is looking.
It's not looking how it's supposed to look. It's wrinkly
exactly.
and all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that would be the biggest concern. Is those people won't get, especially those men will not get exposed to, like, hey, this will help you out. You know, it's not something complex, but it's something that will help you in the long run.
I like that.
So
that's good.
That would be.
It's basically what's at stake is men falling through the cracks, men that aren't exposed to healthy skincare practices,
and they'll go through that cycle. Just let me use what my mom used to buy, or let me use whatever my relative was buying, not knowing that product had like 90% of water. 10 to 15, maybe 20 different chemicals in there they can't like pronounce or say.
That's good.
You get what I'm saying? So like, and again, like they don't know what reaction is, because we hear every day certain products. You know, I'm not going to put no names out there, but like certain products.
Don't put names on those bullets. Not on this podcast.
I already mentioned a couple, but like,
don't put no names. No names on those bullets.
You hear like different brands and different products like every day. Oh, this got what's the word I'm looking for? Is a recall on this product because it has cancer, or like, it has a skin irritation, or something's wrong with it, or there's a certain bacteria in it that, you know, that could cause harm to your skin. So like, I don't want men to not only be exposed, but like to a point where like, oh, I've been using this for 10 years, and then suddenly, you see the recall. Oh, now my skin is like ruined, and it could cause even further, you know, health issues
down the line with that health stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't think about it too. I think that's the one thing that you taught me in our conversations. Like, nah, it's bigger than just like lotion.
Yeah,
like it's bigger than just like, oh, get rid of the ashiness. Like, nah, it really did light a fire under me to like take care of my skin.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Like, when you got into like all the skin diseases and all of that stuff, I was like, oh nah.
I would even say this too. Even like recently, like as me and my wife, you know, she's been putting me on different things from the women aspect that could definitely help out for men. You know, iron sharpen iron type deal. You know, so. And I'm just a student. You know, I'm like a sponge. I try to absorb any information I can and put towards that into the product I'm trying to do.
I love that.
So that's the goal.
That's good, man. Well, look, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this conversation, because we certainly enjoyed having it. Like I said, it's a little different episode, but I think it was super helpful because all of us have a vision for something, but there's a difference between having a vision for something and having a vision that you truly believe in. And Mike hit some amazing points if you were really listening to what he was saying, to the fact that his vision solved a problem. His vision was connected to purpose, and his vision was connected to something he was passionate about. And even bigger than that, his vision really impacted other people's lives. You know, if I had to, summarize it the best I could, but I would certainly encourage anyone to really think that through. When you think about whatever it is that you want to accomplish, any goal that you have for yourself, your family, your kids, your friends, work, whatever it is, really think through that vision and make sure that you are framing that vision in a way that you really believe in it, not in a way that's just nice, not something that just sounds good, but you have that vision so crystal clear that it is big, it's bold, and it's worth it to you. So that way you're actually willing to do what it takes to make it happen. So again, Mike, thank you for real.
Thank you, man,
for being on here and just, just talking and just sharing, your experience. And I'm certain it helped other people, but I appreciate you guys for listening. Listen, if you haven't, be sure to check out the Dreamer Symposium. It's happening December 16th in Washington, D.C. It's going to be amazing. And this year, you can join Mike. Mike's going to be a part of the 511. Now, the 511 is going to be a very exclusive mastermind group where I'm helping entrepreneurs that are making between $0 and $2,000 a month scale up to at least $5,000 to $8,000. And while that may not seem like a lot, right? Because everyone's like, oh, you should be making $10,000 as an entrepreneur. Well, we're going to talk about the truth behind entrepreneurship. And I'm just going to be sharing a lot of the things and really helping the small group of entrepreneurs really get in a system of support and community. So that way, as they're building their business, they're excited about it. As they're building their business, they know that they're really seeing the fruits of their labor. And you're only able to do that in a group setting. Mike brought up, how iron sharpens iron as a biblical reference, and that's real. And that's basically what we're going to be doing. So there's only, I believe, 5 spots now by the time you listen, and there's only going to be 10 slots. So you got 5 spots left. So I'm encouraging you to get a diamond ticket at the symposium because you get a full VIP experience with that diamond ticket, plus you get access to all of the masterminds and things of that nature happening for the entire year. So that way you can have like real in-depth conversations with me and other people in the group just like this to talk about your business, as well as even getting into the more detailed things of lead generation, sales, marketing, all that fun stuff. But I'm encouraging you guys to check that out again. Everything is in the description link below. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't liked, comment, subscribe, because that helps get this podcast out to more people. If you're listening to me on a podcast platform, be sure to leave me a review. I really, really would appreciate it. This is a platform that I believe can really help people. And so one of the ways that you can help me help people is by taking the few seconds just to leave a review, leave a comment, because I would really appreciate it. And I know that other people in the world would as well. So again, I appreciate you. As you prepare for next week's episode, go ahead and check out last week's episode. Always remember, your dream is possible as long as you're willing to work for it. I'll see you guys next week.